Hello, time travelers and explorers of the unknown. Get ready for a fascinating journey through the most intriguing corners of our planet. Today, we are going to dive into a world of possibilities where the borders we know may transform before our eyes. Have you ever stopped to think that the world map you studied in school might be about to change? Yes, you heard that right. There are places on our planet that are on the verge of becoming new countries. Territories that dream of independence, islands that wish to chart their own destiny, regions that yearn for autonomy. Let's explore together 12 of these potential new countries, each with its unique history, vibrant culture, and ardent desire for recognition. Get ready for a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about political geography. 1. Scotland. We begin our journey in the Highlands of Scotland. Known for its imposing castles, mysterious locks, and ancient traditions, Scotland has a long history of seeking independence from the United Kingdom. With a population of approximately 5.5 million people, Scots have a strong sense of national identity. Did you know that Scotland was an independent country until 1707? Since then, the independence movement has gained strength, especially after the 2014 referendum, where 44.7% of voters opted for separation. The possibility of a new referendum hangs in the air, fueled by the desire of many Scots to remain in the European Union after Brexit. Could we soon see the return of a sovereign Scotland? 2. Catalonia. We now travel to northeastern Spain, where we find the region of Catalonia. With Barcelona as its crown jewel, this region of 7.7 million inhabitants is a melting pot of culture, art, and innovation. Catalans have their own language, flag, and parliament. But did you know that in 2017, the Catalan government unilaterally declared independence? Although not internationally recognized, this action demonstrates the strong desire for autonomy in the region. With a powerful economy representing 20% of Spain's GDP, Catalonia could become one of the most prosperous countries in Europe had achieved independence. The future of Catalonia remains uncertain, but the dream of an independent Catalan state is still alive. 3. Kurdistan. Our next stop takes us to the heart of the Middle East, where we find the Kurdish people. Spread across Turkey, Iraq, Syria, and Iran, Kurds form the world's largest nation without a state, with an estimated population of 30 million people. Kurdistan, the land of the Kurds, is a region rich in history and natural resources. Did you know that Kurds have their own language, culture, and traditions dating back thousands of years? The Kurdish independence struggle is one of the longest and most complex in the modern world. In Iraq, the Kurdish region already enjoys considerable autonomy. Will we see a unified and independent Kurdistan appear on the map one day? 4. Somaliland. Now, we travel to the Horn of Africa, where we find Somaliland, an autonomous region of Somalia that declared independence in 1991. With a population of about 3.5 million people, Somaliland operates as a de facto country with its own government, currency, and armed forces. Curiously, despite maintaining relative stability in a turbulent region, Somaliland is not recognized by any other country. Can you imagine what it's like to live in a country that officially doesn't exist? The story of Somaliland is a testament to human resilience and the desire for self-determination. Will the world one day recognize the independence of this African state? In 5. Tibet. Our journey now takes us to the roof of the world, Tibet. Situated on the highest plateau on Earth, Tibet is an autonomous region of China, but many Tibetans dream of independence. With a population of about 3.5 million people, Tibet is known for its unique culture, deeply rooted in Buddhism. Did you know that Tibet was an independent country until 1950, when it was annexed by China? The Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibetans, has lived in exile for decades, symbolizing the struggle for Tibetan autonomy. The issue of Tibet remains one of the most sensitive topics in modern geopolitics. Will we ever see the return of a free Tibet? 6. Greenland. Imagine a giant ice-covered island with a population of only 56,000 people spread across a territory larger than Mexico. Welcome to Greenland, the world's largest autonomous territory. Technically part of the Kingdom of Denmark, Greenland has its own government and a growing demand for independence. Did you know that with global warming, vast reserves of natural resources are becoming accessible in Greenland, boosting its economic potential? With a unique Inuit culture and an increasing desire for self-determination, Greenland might be one of the next new countries to emerge in the Arctic. Imagine the geopolitical implications of a new country in this strategic region. 7. Bougainville. Now, we travel to the South Pacific, where we find Bougainville, an autonomous region of Papua New Guinea. With a population of about 300,000 people, this island has a fascinating history of struggle for independence. In 2019, Bougainville held a historic referendum where 98% of voters opted for independence. Can you imagine the excitement of participating in a vote that could create a new country? Rich in natural resources, especially copper, Bougainville has the potential to become a prosperous island state. Negotiations with Papua New Guinea continue, but the dream of an independent Bougainville has never been closer to reality. 8. New Caledonia. Staying in the South Pacific, we arrive in New Caledonia, a French territory with a population of about 270,000 people. This paradisaical archipelago is known for its stunning beaches and rich biodiversity. But beneath this natural beauty, there's a simmering desire for independence. New Caledonia has already held 3 referendums on independence, the latest in 2021. Although the majority voted to remain part of France, the independence movement remains strong. Did you know that New Caledonia holds 25% of the world's known nickel reserves? This mineral wealth could support an independent nation. Will we one day see a sovereign New Caledonia? 9. Flanders. We return to Europe, more precisely to Belgium, where we find Flanders. This Dutch-speaking region, with a population of 6.5 million people, has a long history of seeking greater autonomy. Flanders is the economic engine of Belgium, responsible for 60% of the country's GDP. Did you know that Flanders and the French-speaking region of Wallonia have separate governments within Belgium? The independence movement in Flanders has gained strength in recent decades. Some argue that the cultural and linguistic differences between Flanders and the rest of Belgium are too great to reconcile. Will we one day see an independent Flanders? 10. Veneto. Our next stop is in northeastern Italy, in the region of Veneto. Home to Venice, one of the most romantic cities in the world, Veneto has a population of about 5 million people and a rich history of independence. Did you know that Veneto was an independent republic for over 1,000 years until it was conquered by Napoleon in 1797? This legacy of autonomy fuels a strong separatist movement to this day. In 2014, an unofficial online referendum showed that 89% of participants were in favor of independence. Although not recognized by the Italian government, this result demonstrates the desire of many Venetians for greater autonomy. Will we see the rebirth of the most serene Republic of Venice? 11. Quebec. We cross the Atlantic and arrive in Canada, where we find Quebec, the country's only predominantly French-speaking province. With a population of 8.5 million people, Quebec has a distinct culture and identity from the rest of Canada. The Quebec independence movement has a long history, with 2 referendums held in 1980 and 1995. In the last one, the option for independence lost by a narrow margin of 50.58% to 49.42%. Can you imagine how tense that vote must have been? Although the separatist movement has lost strength in recent years, the issue of Quebec's sovereignty remains an important topic in Canadian politics. Will we one day see an independent Quebec? 12. Corsica. Our journey ends on the beautiful island of Corsica in the Mediterranean. Part of France, but with a very distinct cultural identity, Corsica has a population of about 340,000 people. The birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte, Corsica has a long history of resistance to foreign domination. Did you know that Corsica was briefly an independent country in the 18th century? The Corsican nationalist movement remains active, seeking greater autonomy and even independence. With its own language and unique traditions, many Corsicans feel that their island deserves more than just being a French department. Will we one day see the return of a Corsican nation? And so, we come to the end of our journey through the potential new countries of the world. 12 territories, each with its unique history, vibrant culture, and dream of self-determination. From paradisaical islands to mountainous regions, from deserts to frozen forests, we have seen how the desire for independence can flourish in the most diverse places. But remember, the world map is always in constant change. The countries we explored today might become a reality tomorrow, or they may remain as they are for many decades. History teaches us that borders are mutable, that new countries can emerge and others can disappear. What other regions of the world might be dreaming of independence at this moment? What other separatist movements are gaining strength as we speak? The future of world geopolitics is uncertain and fascinating. And what about you? Did any of these potential new countries catch your attention the most? Did you know about all of them, or did some surprise you? The possibilities are endless, and the world continues to surprise us every day. If you were intrigued by these stories of the quest for independence and want to know more about the changes that shape our world, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have much more fascinating content about geography, politics, and culture to share with you. After all, who knows? Maybe in the next video, we will be talking about a new country that has just declared its independence. In this ever-changing world, the only certainty is that there will always be more to learn and discover. Until next time, time travelers and explorers of the unknown. Stay curious, keep questioning, and never stop exploring this amazing planet we call home.